Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure diorama review. My boy RB, who runs an eBay store called RebTech, asked me to review this item. He sells a lot of extreme sets at his eBay store, and I'll put a link in the description below. This is the Sector 7 docking bay pop-up, as well as the Sector 7 modular panels expansion set. This is going to be great for your sci-fi action figures. Me personally, first thing I thought of was my Neca Alien collection. I'm a huge fan of aliens, and this just screams aliens to me. In front of you is just one of many possible setups you can make. This should also work good for your Star Trek or Star Wars figures. So many different sci-fi possibilities. In this video, we'll take a look at the assembly, we'll take a look at the measurements, and we'll check out a bunch of different action figure scenarios in this thing, mainly my Neca Alien collection. And then we'll check out a bunch of different action figure lines in this thing to see how it fits in, both scale and style-wise, with your different lines. So, hope you enjoy! So here's both the Sector 7 docking bay pop-up and the Sector 7 modular panel enhancement piece in the packaging. First of all, the modular piece is a lot smaller. It's going to be an accessory set to enhance the docking pop-up. Here's the backside, extreme sets. There is a barcode. Then we get this larger piece, the Sector 7 docking bay pop-up. You can see it's going to be great for some sci-fi figures. A little example of how it's going to look in the package. On the back, extreme sets. And there's the barcode, in case that helps anybody. So let's go ahead and open it up. And here are all the pieces of the Sector 7 docking bay pop-up laid out in front of you. There's also an instruction set, and it looks like I'm going to need it. Looks like quite a bit more pieces than usual. And then here would be the contents from the Sector 7 modular panels pack. In this video, we're going to assemble the Sector 7 docking bay first, and then we'll attach the modular panels. Now let's get back to the Sector 7 docking bay. This should come with 4 flooring pieces, 1 elevated flat bed, 2 double-sided panels, a door exterior, a double-sided small opening door, a double-sided large opening door, an elevated large bed leg, a table, a hologram table. Quite a bit of stuff to put together. So let's pull up the instructions. Let's start off with step 1 here, building the large door. In order to build both the large and small doors, it looks like these are the pieces you're going to need. In the back, you've got the outline of the doors. Here are the actual doors. And then this is sort of going to fold in the middle. Now to build the large door, you're going to need these 3 pieces. You're going to start off by taking the door frame here, pop it sort of open. There are creases here. It's been in the package a long time. Fold them against the creases. Do it very, very sturdy. Then you'll want to assemble the bottom, fold it inward, leave the top open. At this point, it should look about like this. Remember to keep the top open. Now you have to assemble the strip. Fold this thing open. This is the part you're going to see. The other side is just cardboard. So it has all these different creases here, 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 etc. Fold against those creases. Do it very sturdy. Fold these things downward. Once you get all that done, it's sort of wrap up together like so. Make sure you fold it all the right way first. And once you have this thing assembled, it should look about like this. It's going to fit on the inside of the door frame. Then you'll want to take this piece here, as well as the actual door. The door will go behind it. You'll want to insert these pieces into the sort of frame there. And once you've got everything into place, it's a pretty tight fit, but honestly it looks very good. Here's the large door assembled. Now in order to build the smaller door, it's pretty much the same thing. You've got the door, the strip, and the door frame. You'll start out by popping the door frame into place. Be careful, open it up, fold everything against the creases, assemble it, and leave the top open. Here's the smaller door frame assembled. Remember to leave the top open. Now you'll assemble the strip. Once again, this is the part you're going to want to see on the inside. This will stay on the outside. Fold everything on the creases. You can see all the different creases. There are lots of them. Eventually you'll pull this thing up. It'll look about like this. The strip should look about like this. Next, you're going to want to put the strip with the door on the back inside the door frame. Once that's done, here's a smaller doorway. Now you're going to want to make the elevated bed. You're going to need one of these flat panels. Then you also have the bed here and the little leg. Start off by assembling this panel. Take this flat piece, sort of open it up, fold it against the creases, fold all these little tabs inward. Each different layer that's creased, fold it against that. Then you'll be able to stand this thing upright. Your back panel will look like this. Make sure you're using the one with the 2 holes in it for the bed. Now you'll assemble the bed and attach the leg. So pretty similar to the panel. Just pop this thing sort of open, fold against the creases, fold all the little tabs, and fully assemble this thing. And same thing with the leg, it's just quite a bit smaller. Once you've got the leg and the bed assembled, they should look like this. Now you'll insert the leg into the bottom of the bed. Now you've got this bed sitting on top of this leg. Now you slide the bed into this panel wall. Use this tab, insert it into the hole. And presto, you've got this nice little medical center. Now you want to assemble the other wall panels. It's going to be the same thing. Take each panel, pop it open, fold it against the creases, fold all these little tabs, and then assemble the thing. And once you've put together, these other 2 wall panels should look like this. Now you'll build the holographic table. You'll need both the hologram and the table here. Keep in mind, this is the exterior, the part you'll see. Flip it upside down. Crease everything inward like so, and then you're going to want to fold it all together. Once you got the table assembled, it'll look like this. It's upside down. Flip it over. It's got a little tab in the middle. Take your hologram, insert it here, and you've got a very cool hologram coming out of a computer table. Now you're going to want to take these floor pieces and put them together. We're almost at the end of this thing. You could take all the pieces and put them into a row, but that's not how it's intended to be done. You're supposed to take these floor pieces, put 2 next to each other like so, and then 2 more up top. They do have these tabs that are to fold into the other pieces here, and it looks like they're going to have the same tabs at the top. Now you've got the base of the display looking about like this. So the instructions show the assembly something like this, but you can customize this any way you want. I think I'm a little more fond of making it look like this. To me, I think something like this makes the most sense. This will give you the most amount of play area in here, and all the panels and doors you can see fully and access them. Of course, you can switch this thing up any way you'd like. Now that we got the Sector 7 docking bay put together, now let's look at the modular panels pack. It's going to come with a bunch of these extra panels, just like the pieces we already assembled. Take this thing, pop it open, fold against the creases, fold everything inward before trying to assemble it, and then put these panels together. Here's one of the panels fully assembled. Go ahead and do the same with the rest. Once you've put these all together, you'll have 10 of these different panels. You've got 5 different kinds, 2 of each one. 2 of these modular panel pieces are about the same size as one of the larger panels from the original set. Here's 2 in front, and there's one of the panels from the original set in the back. You can take these panels and sort of finish the wall around this room. This is what I like. It gives you a large area to play in and put a bunch of other stuff in here. You could take these panels and make 2 separate rooms all together. Now that we have this thing fully assembled, let's take a closer look at it. It has a lot of nice detail. First of all, you can see the hologram table. The hologram sticking out, 3-dimensional, looking fantastic. All the detail on the walls in the background, a lot of weathering. It's like it's dirty. It's been in use for a long time. Got the medical bed sticking out of the wall there. Smaller doorway, the larger doorway. Very nice detail all around the edges. Door itself looks like it's been burnt. Overall, the set looks fantastic. Now let's check out the measurements of this thing, and it is huge. As far as how wide this thing is, we're looking at about 40 inches wide. As far as how deep this thing is, we're looking at about 29 inches deep. And as far as how tall it is, about 13 inches tall. This thing is very customizable. You could have the walls sort of going in and out, a little bit three-dimensional there. But this is the way I'm going to be using this thing, at least for now. So let's go ahead and get some guys in this thing. Let's see what I can come up with. There are two scenarios that immediately come to mind. Part of the film Alien, where Kane had the facehugger on him in the lab, and then in Aliens, could be a command center for the Marines. Here's a scene on the Nostromo from Alien. This is when they first brought Kane back onto the ship, and they're cutting the helmet off him, exposing the facehugger. You can see the entire crew watching in shock as they see something attached to his face. Ash goes ahead, cuts the helmet off, and then they all get to see what was inside the helmet, the facehugger. Then they get him out of the spacesuit and perform some tests on him. Later on, we've got Ash working in his laboratory. Here's the settings for the 1986 film Aliens. This is about halfway through the film. You've got the Marines sort of holed up, waiting for the aliens. And just a little bit more of an aerial view. You can see Ripley, Hudson, Burke, Hicks. They're at the desk with a diagram of the facility, making plans. Got Newt with the helmet sitting on the edge. We've got Bishop in the back, checking on unconscious Gorman. And then Vasquez, holding it down next to the sentry guns at either entryway. And one last angle. I just cannot believe how well this thing works for pretty much any of the Alien films. Here's the setting, just before the aliens get in. And then here are the aliens, storming in the complex, a giant horde. This diorama could easily be used for the lab. I remember where Ripley, she took a nap with Newt, and Burke snuck the facehuggers in there. He wanted to impregnate them and bring the specimens home. It even makes for a great Sulaco. Here's Ripley in the power loader taking on the Queen in the final fight to this epic film. Here's my Alien 3 display. This actually takes place shortly after the film ended. This is when the Weyland-Yutani commandos and scientists, led by Michael Bishop, are investigating Fury 161. They find some toenail clippings of Ellen Ripley, and they save them to clone her hundreds of years later. Here's a quick group of action figures I threw together to reenact a scene from Alien Resurrection. Here's a Weyland-Yutani research facility. They have a captured predator and are doing medical experiments on him. You can see all their xenomorph specimens in the background. Bunch of Weyland-Yutani commandos keeping them safe. And then Charles Weyland, the leader of the company in my action figure world, he's in the middle. If this was how the Alien vs. Predator films ended up, I guarantee they would have been successful. Now let's check this thing out, next to some action figure lines from different various companies, to see what fits in with it, both scale and style-wise. The good thing about these extreme sets, even though they're set to be 1/12 scale, they work great with your larger 7-inch figures as well. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect and work my way smaller. Here it is with some DST or Diamond Select toys, some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures, and some McFarlane toys. And here it is with some NECA figures, Mattel wrestling figures, and some Jazzwares wrestling figures. Then, with some Mezco 1/12 cloth soft goods figures, some Mattel DC figures, and some Mafex figures. And finally, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends, some SH Figure Arts figures, and some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. Overall, this diorama is fantastic. It looks great. The detailing on the floor and the walls, the dirty, it just looks very real. Looks like it's been lived in for a while. The scene is not without its flaws though. All the tabs that connect together, it makes the floor not flat or level. Really hard to stand action figures up on that type of a surface. I think you can see in the wall in the background, there are some gaps there. Not everything sits flush like I'd like. That's just some of the drawback of having big cardboard and having some tabs you push in there. They're sort of pushing back and making it not be flat. But those are some pretty small complaints. This thing is just a gem. I like it a lot. Very appropriate for the type of figures I like. The play and display area is large. That's pretty nice as well. You can put a ton of figures in here and actually see what's going on. I can think of so many more things I can put in this. Maybe the 1994 Alien vs. Predator arcade game collection. You could even have this be a lab in your DC world. Just a lot of cool things you can do with this. So if I were to give this thing a rating, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. One other maybe mild complaint. It's going to be kind of a pain to store this thing. I'm not going to try to break down all those walls again. That's just going to mess them up. So I'm probably going to have one large box for all these pieces. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure and diorama reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.